Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video, and today we are going to be checking out the second installment of Equilibrium. We checked out the first album of Equilibrium by Anitta back in late April, so she's been cooking in the studio. I'm surprised this came out so fast compared to, when the first one came out. But I am happy we get to listen to more Anitta. I thought the first Equilibrium album was her best album that she's released yet. I think it just barely edges out Funk Generation, but I love the wide array of genres on that album. I thought it was very consistent, and her vocals sounded great. Her collaborations, everything was really, really good on that album. And we have a second one to check out. I have heard from some people that this may be more of like a Western contemporary style, which I don't know if I hope. If it's something similar to like Versions of Me where it was more geared to the Western audience, I don't know. And I don't know if that's necessarily true just because I do see a lot of Portuguese artists. So I don't know if it's that much of a switch up, but I'm still looking forward to it. I'm excited to see what this actually sounds like. And just before we get started, I want to let you guys know that I do have a Patreon. There you can get exclusive content that you're not going to find on the main channel. I might be doing an Anitta music video reaction, because I believe she does have a music video for this album. If she doesn't, I will find something to do an Anitta video on the Patreon, but the link to that will be down in the description for more content if you are looking for it. So Equilibrium 2, 17 tracks long. I'm excited for this. More Anitta, the better. Voce Ja Sabe with Los Brasileiros is track number 1. Let's hit it. Hey, this is my shit. This is my shit right here. Oh, I love the production on this already. The back half of Equilibrium I thought was the strongest. I love the production on that first album, especially in the later half. This is kind of a return right to that. Kind of a blend of both albums so far, which I'm loving. Hey, backing vocals are going off. That's so cool. Let me turn it up. Oh, she sounds so good. Hey. This is really catchy so far. Dude, this pre-chorus is fun. I love the change in kind of vocal style. And then this is so fun. I just know the bass in this would fucking hit in the car. What an intro track. Holy shit. That might be one of my favorite songs that I have heard. Even if you include that first Equilibrium album. That is not what I was expecting right out of the gate, but it definitely does feel like this combination of sound from Funk Generation and the first Equilibrium. If that is the case, actually, I'm going to really enjoy this album. Again, I don't know what the sound is going to be totally geared to, but that first intro track was really, really nice. Sal Grosso is track number 2. This is making me excited. That intro track is something to be proud of, because that got me hype for the rest of this album. Ooh.
Sal Grosso, reza vela fósforo. Na selva de pedra você tem que sustentar. Sou angu sem caroço, pimenta arde forte. Malandragem pura dendê. Pé no sal grosso, reza vela fósforo. E madureira sentir você tem que.
Okay, maybe the production is like more geared to me this album. This production sounds so good. This is a banger. Oh, his voice. Wow. That is such a sick voice that he has. And it's aggressive, too. Ooh, I like that like subtle drum beat, like. Come on.
Sal grosso, reza vela fósforo. Na selva de pedra você tem que sustentar. Sou angu sem caroço, pimenta arde forte. É malandragem pura dendê. Pé no sal grosso, reza vela fósforo. E madureira sentir você tem que respeitar. Sou angu sem caroço, pimenta arde forte. Vem sem crocodilagem, bebê. Pezinho no chão.
Well, I love this. I've never heard anything like his voice before. Oh, that's nasty, dude. We're 2 for 2. What an intro. What a second track. What a second track. Okay, track 3 is Nao Me Cutuca. Oh, she's rapping. Dude, her flow is off the charts with this one. Oh, this went dark. This went very dark. This is like a party right now. First 3 tracks are intense. Oh yeah.
Não mexe com quem tá quieto, não pisa em rabo de cobra. Quem muito fala,
Wow.
Por favor, chá de camomila, cafezinho passado, cafuné safado. É que eu não preciso.
I love this part.
Pra ser feliz.
With the hand drums.
Sempre bom lembrar que não é bom mexer com a maluca, que eu tô quieta no meu canto, então não me cutuca. Cato meu balanço, mas não se lambuza, que eu nunca dei vida mole pra filhada. É sempre bom lembrar que não é bom mexer com a maluca, que eu tô quieta no meu canto, então não me cutuca. Cato meu balanço, mas não se lambuza, que eu nunca dei vida mole pra filhada.
That is sick.
Cato-me pra filhada.
What a start to this album, dude. So far, the beginning of this is outdoing the first of Equilibrium to me. So far, this is outdoing the first album. Wow. Great job. Great job. This is just so catchy. The production is nasty. The collaborations. I love the vocals on all of these so far. I love what they're all bringing. The male vocalists are really, really interesting to listen to. Track 4 is Nao Sou Santa. I think I'm pronouncing that right. Maybe not. Maybe I'm butchering Portuguese, but
Ave Maria, valei-me Nossa Senhora, cruz credo, Ave Maria.
oh, those like trap drums.
Eu não sou santa, mas sei que a santa.
This is an interesting fusion.
Eu não sou santa, mas sei que a santa me adora. Cruz credo, Ave Maria, valei-me Nossa Senhora. Cruz credo, Ave Maria, valei-me minha senhora. Eu não sou santa, mas sei que a santa me adora. Eu não sou santa, mas sei que a santa me adora. Noite fria que nem gelo, eu sem ter pra onde ir. Sem afeto, sem morada, mas não sou de desistir.
E mesmo quando ao relento tive o corpo
Let's go.
agasalhado, me valeu Nossa Senhora com seu manto sagrado. E mesmo quando ao relento tive o corpo agasalhado, me valeu Nossa Senhora com seu manto sagrado.
Cruz credo,
Ave Maria, valei-me Nossa Senhora.
And they're singing together too.
Valei-me minha senhora. Eu não sou santa, mas sei que a santa me adora. Eu não sou santa, mas sei que a santa me adora.
olho grande não me pega mal olhado. Porque não ando sozinha, ela não sai do meu lado.
E não há nada no mundo que possa me derrubar, enquanto tiver manhinha pra poder me acompanhar. E não há nada no mundo que possa me derrubar, enquanto tiver manhinha pra poder me acompanhar.
Cruz credo,
Ave Maria, valei-me Nossa Senhora. Cruz credo, Ave Maria, valei-me minha senhora. Eu
Wow.
não sou santo, mas sei que a santa me adora.
eu não sou santa, mas sei que a santa me adora.
Eu não sou santa, mas sei que a santa
Wow. Wow. The instrumentation in that, something about that feels like, I don't know. I don't know if what the lyrics are about in that one, but something about that felt so like patriotic. I don't know how to explain it. The instrumentation in that was kind of the nicest so far, in terms of like the, I don't know, it just felt so much more real, almost. It all felt so real, and it's not to say the first three, I thought the first three were more party-based tracks, but this just feels like super patriotic. I love their vocals together. Very interesting, like, production, a nice fusion of like the trap drums and the very, very like gorgeous instrumentation on that one. So yeah, you could say the first three are like kind of like Brazilian funk, I guess. I'm sure there's probably a more in-depth genre type, But this one is a different change from the first three. But it might actually be my favorite yet. Something about that felt like emotional and like hard hitting for me. That was a gorgeous melody too. Like, wow. I'm kind of like taken aback by that. I thought that was pretty. Track 5 is Feitico? I don't know. Feitico.
Tanta gente no mundo, olha só quem é que tu foi testar. Logo eu que também sou de lá. Tanta gente no mundo, olha só quem é que tu foi testar. Logo eu que te ensinei a dançar. Bata baque chama o poder da encruzilhada. Bate carta, vira dama, muda o clima da tua casa. Fala baixo, mas eu ouço tua cara. Te entrega, não adianta que não dá pra disfarçar. Eu te ensinei a pedir, perder, pagar, pra ver, será?
Oh, this pre-chorus? Wow.
Logo eu que também sou de lá. Tanta gente no mundo, olha só quem é que tu foi testar. Logo eu que te ensinei a dançar.
This build up is like just her flow is so captivating. And then the build up. I'm getting worn out from like just dancing. Come on. Wow, bro. That was also a really fun one. That also is kind of starting to switch the momentum from just all out kind of Brazilian funk almost, with like kind of, you know, hard style production. Just something in that production is much more intense. And then the last two tracks have been just like very carnival feeling, like very party 24/7. Like this whole album right now feels geared for the summer. Feels like you're partying 24/7. You're out and like just dancing and having a good time. Every track feels like that. And I love it. So far, what I thought was going to be kind of geared to Western audiences more, because I heard from somebody that it was going to sound more contemporary, is not true. This is not really any more different for Anitta, kind of stepping back into the more basic sounds. This is just still doing what she does best and not taking a step back at all. So let's keep it going because this is really fun so far. Ponta Do Pe, track number 6. This is first solo track too. Ooh, okay. Never mind. Maybe not party 24/7. Is this like bossa nova? It kind of sounds a little bit like bossa nova. Wow, 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 wow.
É o suficiente pra eu ficar e não querer ir embora. Hoje me escondo das horas pra colar num colo qualquer. Desde que deixe na ponta do pé. Quero pouco daquilo que me deixa tonta. Tô pronta pra vida.
Again, the horns. The horns are great. Hey. Those horns are so fun. I like those drum hits. Wow. Yeah, again, the bossa nova style with the horns also makes it feel like a party. Track 7, Abre Caminho.
Se beija-flor quer voar, deixa voar sem você. É tão bonito de olhar, como ele sabe viver.
Hoje eu vejo diferente, gente, apego envenena a mente. Eu tô muito mais sorridente, leve, seguindo o fluxo do ar. A vida abre caminho, e quem um dia me foi ninho, me fez virar passarinho.
Hey.
Eu não tenho mais medo de voar. Beija-flor, vento, purificando. Segura o vento, te guarda.
Ooh, those vocal effects. That's cool.
Usar os nossos caminhos pela mesma direção.
O rio não retorna à fonte, nem o céu prende o verão. Amor, quando é de verdade, desconhece a prisão. Beija-flor, levando amor de flor em flor pro mundo todo. Beija-flor, voando como um vento, purificando. Beija-flor, levando amor de flor em flor pro mundo todo. Beija-flor, voando como um vento.
Just the horns, dude. They're so good. The production is so cohesive and different, though. Like, It's also different in every track, but it's also remaining so cohesive. That was a shorter one there, but still enjoyable. Track 8, another solo one in Tudo Isso. Again! She's really been experimenting with her solo tracks. This is the second of her solo tracks on the album, but the first one kind of had this bossa nova vibe, and now this one we're getting like hints of like reggae almost. Really like what she's doing here. They're all like blending together super nicely, like it's not all too much with all the sounds. Like it comes together and it all really feels like what I've been saying since the start is all of this is lining up in the direction like it's a big carnival. It's like just some sort of party where it can all be like really played so nicely. That fits that vibe. Summer in Brazil. You know what I mean? I don't know if she's going for that, but it definitely sounds like it to me. Hey.
As coisas são como são e o que não tem solução, solucionado está. Mas olha lá, o sol raiou. Tem coisa que a gente só resolve seguindo. O imprevisível é a mãe do improviso. Só erra quem tenta e eu sou tão boa nisso. Falhei, tá falhado e não se falha mais nisso. Tem papo que não vale o tic-tac do relógio. Tem gente que não vale o piripaque do meu peito. Não vou perder meu tempo tentando explicar o óbvio. Eu não negocio minha paz e meu sossego. E se eu disser
That hook!
que eu não espero nada mais de você, de tudo isso.
It's just so summery and like surfy. Oh, I love it.
E se eu disser que eu não espero nada mais de você, de tudo isso. E depois disso minha vida mudou. Rodei, 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 já fui pra lá de Bagdá. Bolei, bolei, bolei um plano pra recomeçar. Tenho poucos e bons e um jeito meio maluco. Mas quando não espero nada, tudo que vem é lucro. Rodei, 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 já fui pra lá de Bagdá. Bolei, bolei, bolei um plano pra recomeçar. Tenho poucos e bons e um jeito meio maluco. Mas quando não espero nada, tudo que vem é lucro. Tem papo que não vale o tic-tac do relógio. Tem gente que não vale o piripaque do meu peito. Não vou perder meu tempo tentando explicar o óbvio. Eu não negocio minha paz.
The build up to this hook is amazing too.
Se eu disser que eu não espero nada mais de você, de tudo isso, de toda essa coisa que você criou. E se eu disser que eu não espero nada mais de você, de tudo isso, e depois disso minha vida mudou.
That might be one of my favorite tracks yet. That was gorgeous, and the hook really was good. My favorite part was probably that hook, and then the build-up that kind of took us into it. The sonically, again, the reggae vibes, feels very summery and nice. Sem Pressa is track 9. Again, the hand drums, like the tapping on the drums is very nice. And a lot of these tracks, they have them. Nice vocal run there. Very atmospheric, kind of the first time we've had this spot of nothing. Hey! Is this our first, like, female collaboration? That is nice. Yeah, they're nice vocals. Wow. Another good one. Deus Mae. Track 10. Oh, this intro. What a gorgeous intro. Hey! What a fun intro. Love those vocals too. Wow. And then the group vocals, I'm loving that. It almost sounds like chanting. Okay.
Quando fica pesado, divide comigo. Mais que minha mãe é o meu ombro amigo que me acolhe, menina, me move. Eu quero ter saúde, dinheiro e muita
Wow.
sorte pra cuidar de você até a hora da partida. Te dar os netos bonitos e uma casa com piscina. O meu cabelo é igual o seu.
This feature is crazy.
Que se eu herdei, não tem muito o que fazer. Louvo toda a bênção que me concebeu. Em cada matriarca eu enxergo Deus. Sou cria dela, Deus Mãe que me criou. De dentro dela eu vim, pros braços dela eu vou. Sou cria dela, Deus Mãe que me criou. De dentro dela eu vim, pros braços dela eu vou.
Another standout track for me, absolutely. That was a fun one. Ogum Me Rodeia. 11. Oh. Oh. That's like atmospheric. Like I'm floating and flying.
Eu gosto de como passeia teu cavalo na lua cheia. Desce a ladeira, dia de feira. Seu jeito de ir pelo povo pra conquistar tudo de novo. Pelo sustento. Nobre cavaleiro do céu, me guarda
Love this part. Wow. How gorgeous.
Eu vou te levar na medalha, eu vou te chamar pra batalha de todo dia. Luz que me guia, onde quer que eu vá no futuro, guia cada passo no escuro, abre caminho pro meu destino. Firme nesse trilho que corre, firme nessa crença que move a vida inteira. Fé brasileira, nobre cavaleiro do céu, santo protetor, traz a coragem, a força que ateia. Ogum me rodeia, Ogum me rodeia, Ogum me rodeia, Ogum me rodeia, Ogum me rodeia.
Menino Onirê, no meu peito, seu emblema. Levanta seu escudo diante de mim e arranca do chão meu caminho. E sua espada, no mal, faça uma fenda, que nada me ofenda. Sua vitória é minha casa. Nela meu corpo não conhece ferida, conhece fé.
Nobre cavaleiro do céu, santo protetor, traz a coragem, a força que ateia. Ogum me rodeia, Ogum me rodeia, Ogum me rodeia, Ogum me rodeia, Ogum me rodeia.
That was a catchy song, gorgeous, very atmospheric. That's a standout for me, I think. Contemplacao. Track 12. This album is really flying by. Like, for 17 tracks, we're already at track 12. This is going by really fast.
Água corre nos pés, água doce pra inundar, pra adorar a vida, água pra me lavar, água pra benzer e pra curar. Oh, sol de ouro brilha, minha pele vibra, tudo ilumina, colorido ar com girassóis no espelho d'água, meu tesouro. Eu agradeço por cada escolha, abundância em cada gota, reconheço tudo que é seu, em tudo que é meu.
A vida é semolorum.
That is the hook is nice. I just wanted to take a minute to stop because it's one thing that I have been noticing is that, like, in a lot of these songs, which is way different from, like, a lot of the Western music that I listen to, the hooks are, like, generally the big, like, I don't know, the big part in the track, whereas I find with her songs, and that's not a bad thing at all, it's like the energy is all in the verses, and then the hooks go, and it's like a change in pace where it kind of goes a little, almost a little lighter, and the vocals kind of carry it and bring this kind of soothing aspect. That's really what I've been noticing with a lot of these songs, is that the hooks are nice, but they're not exactly like the focal point of it being like the height of intensity. Which is an interesting but not a bad kind of point of, you know, me noticing it at all. Wow. This is just so calming and relaxing. I love this.
Sol de ouro brilha, minha pele vibra, tudo ilumina, colorindo o ar com girassóis no espelho d'água, meu tesouro. Eu agradeço por cada escolha, abundância em cada gota. Reconheço tudo que é seu, em tudo que é meu.
Wow. What a gorgeous track. One after the other. Ogum Me Rodeia was also really pretty. Track 13 is Pra Você Gostar de Mim. Again, with this relaxed kind of like almost bossa nova-y vibe.
Enfeitei de cores, brilho paetê. Ensaiei as frases pra te convencer. Quase deixei meu samba acabar. Tá aí, eu fiz tudo pra você gostar de mim. Oh, meu bem, não faz assim comigo, não. Você tem que me dar seu coração. Oh, meu amor. O meu bloco é tão vazio sem você. Na categoria amor não vou vencer. Tomara que isso não passe na TV. Meu amor, antes que o amor desapareça, deixa eu tentar frutas na cabeça.
Definitely getting into the more like relaxed and calming portion of the album. So simple, but so gorgeous at the same time. Oh, I like that when that beat kicks in. Very short, unfortunately. Short, but very, very nice. Again, she's been loving this bossa nova-y sound. I don't know if there's a different term for this genre. Maybe it is more prominent in Portuguese music than I thought. But honestly, I'm kind of surprised at the utilization of, you know, what I kind of think is bossa. It might not even be bossa nova, but pretty. Even if I can't define the exact genre or type of sound that it is, pretty. I like what she's been doing on her solo tracks as well. We have 4 tracks left. Track 14 is Divino Sexual, which sounds kind of like it's going to be more intense for some reason. It just sounds like a type of almost Anitta style dance track. So maybe we'll have some kind of heightened intensity before the album is over. We'll see. Almost feels like it for sure. Oh, okay. I also do like the bass. Definitely does feel like a slight change into a different direction with this album.
Vai ver estrelas e eu nem tô falando das do céu. Marca de sol que acende mais desejos.
While still keeping this relaxed sound that she has had for the last couple of tracks. Wow.
Sobre ela, uma necessidade tem lance, vai fazer você entrar em transe, vai querer que seja mais amor, é só uma noite de amor no Rio. Uma necessidade tem lance, vai fazer você entrar em transe, vai querer que seja mais amor, é só uma noite de amor no Rio. Respiração me conduzindo, chamei seu nome, divide essa noite comigo. Frequência sobe, começa um tantra de mansinho, bota o trem na
Hey.
o sensual também é divino e você sempre soube. Sob a luz da lua azul, orla de Ipanema, cena de cinema.
Love the bass on this track.
O meu corpo seminu, olho sobre a tela, tudo é sobre ela. Uma necessidade tem um lance, vai fazer você entrar em transe, vai querer que seja mais amor, é só uma noite de amor no Rio. Uma necessidade tem um lance, vai fazer você entrar em transe, vai querer que seja mais amor, é só uma noite de amor no Rio.
Oh, vocal layering on point. That was sexy. It was definitely the title of the track. Sexy, kind of nice track like that. Ooh. Hey, that was fun. It was really nice. Down to 3 tracks left, with Azul being the next track. Wow. Jazzy. Jazzy.
Yo no sé si es de Dios, un cielo tan azul.
Wow, was not expecting this.
Serán tus ojos que dan color y azulean el día.
I like that melody.
Si llegara a anochecer y ya no hay cielo azul, entre el mar y el atardecer, algas marinas viajan con la brisa. Respiro allí ese perfume azul, el color se queda en mí, corre por mi piel la sangre de rey. Veo el
Come
sol
on.
nacer amarillito, quemándome así sutil, sutil, sutil. Anda y ve a decirle mi amorcito, díselo así, el amor es azulito. Veo el sol nacer amarillito, quemándome así sutil, sutil. Anda y ve a decirle mi amorcito, díselo así, el amor es azulito.
That like jazzy little sound there, fun, really fun. She's experimenting a lot on this album compared to last album. The experimentation is off the charts.
Yo no sé si es de Dios. cielo tan azul. ¿O serán tus ojos que dan color y azulean el día? Si llegara a anochecer y ya no hay cielo azul, entre el mar y el atardecer, algas marinas viajan con la brisa. Respiro allí ese perfume azul. El color se queda en mí, corre por mi piel la sangre de rey. Veo el sol nacer amarillito, quedándome así sutil, sutil, sutil. Anda y ve a decirle a mi amorcito, díselo así, el amor es azulito. Veo el sol nacer amarillito, quemándome así sutil, sutil. Anda y va a decirle a mi amorcito, díselo así, el amor es azulito.
Wow, bro. What a very like dramatic track that I think is really, really pretty. And it is an experimentation in sound for her. Again, even more compared to some of the other tracks. Respira. Continuing the theme, for sure.
Ei, respira. Olha que a vida é só uma. Suspira. Sente o céu brilhar com a lua. Te imaginei dançando em uma esquina. Fiz meu pedido, ele chegou. Cê não imagina o que eu pedi pra essa gente. Sem egoísmo, comparte. Não pode ser só pra gente. A noite foi uma doideira. Dancei debaixo da chuva. Contigo a vida é plena. Comigo ela é maluca. A noite foi uma doideira. Fez sol enquanto fez chuva. Pensei que eu já tava plena, mas ontem fiquei maluca. Se me deixar, eu não vou mais atrás. Nada importa mais que ser feliz. Eu quero paz onde quer que
Wow.
nada
Vocals.
importa mais que ser feliz. Bela, uma história de novela. Ela veio da favela, elegante apareceu na sua tela. Mas todo mundo só falou da bunda dela. A gata era doidinha, mas também tinha juízo. Passava mó visão, mas ninguém falava disso. Porque cantava funk, olha só que desperdício. Quem dera fosse homem, tinha mais benefício. Que confusão, da macumba o Cristo Redentor. Das Europa, do Rio, do Equador. Só não deu tempo pra aquele amor. Vamos, por favor, você me traz energia como um Guaraná. E eu posso correr daqui até o Panamá. Se correr vira modinha, porque eu vou parar. Vem aqui fazer um gol no meu Maracanã. Baby, não me olhe tanto, que eu tô me apaixonando. Sei o que você tá buscando, então me diga pra quando. A noite foi uma doideira. Dancei debaixo da chuva. Contigo a vida é plena. Comigo ela é maluca. A noite foi uma doideira. Fez sol enquanto
That's a vibey track.
pensei que eu já tava plena, mas ontem fiquei maluca.
I can't believe we're nearing the last track on the album. Wow. That was also another good track that is continuing the sound. Whoa. I have a feeling the last track is going to be a totally different vibe compared to most of the album. But yeah, her solo tracks are out there. And I've not been expecting this kind of, you know, a lot of her solo tracks have been this kind of, you know, laid back, very vocal heavy, jazzy influenced, just very pretty, calming, relaxing sounds. And then kind of the songs with the collaborations also kind of have this vibe for sure, but it's kind of more either ethereal and atmospheric or kind of even heavier in production with like a rap-based flow from the collaborators. So I appreciate all of the different sounds. Early in the album was kind of more Brazilian funkish. It started hot with very intense tracks in the first three. And then kind of going back early on to the album, I thought it was still very, very high energy, very party themed with the horns and everything, with the collaborators really coming through. And then the back half of this album has been very, very, you know, soothing and vocally rich, I think. So we're nearing the last track on the album. This might be a banger to end off the album, which I won't be complaining about. But then after this, I will give you my full thoughts on this album because, you know, this is a fun album. This is a fun album. I will say that.
Aponta flecha, hoje o bicho pega. A
Yup.
mira tá certa, sai pra caçar. Banho de erva, salve encantaria. Dia de colheita pra quem foi plantar. Nem o veneno da cascavel me matou. A pior tempestade não me parou. O encanto do boto não me enganou. Nada na mata me mata, nada me escapa.
Hey!
Eu preparo a emboscada, eu te espero aparecer. O quê? Caçadora que tem pressa, vai pra casa sem comer. Bota shot com namura, terena, turuara, guajajara, potiguara, tapeba, tupinambá, yanomami, caia, como.
Then that clap build up.
Cala, paloma, cuxicho, churu, guarani, caiuá.
Nada na mata me mata, nada me escapa. Nada na mata
Ooh,
me
that's
mata,
synth.
nada me escapa. Nada na mata me mata, nada me escapa.
Oh,
Nada na
love
mata
that.
me mata, nada me escapa.
Eu preparo a emboscada, eu te espero aparecer. O quê? Caçadora que tem pressa, vai pra casa sem comer.
Oh.
Me ajoelho na beira do rio.
Do you hear the vocals?
Meu pai me ensinou
Wow.
a dançar. Me acolhe nos braços do tempo. Minha virtude é esperar.
Bota shot com namura, terena, turuara, guajajara, potiguara, tapeba, tupinambá, yanomami, caia, como duro, coaxanica, cala, paloma, cuxicho, churu, guarani, caiuá.
What is happening? Okay. Hey, this hook.
Eu preparo a emboscada, eu te espero aparecer. O quê? Caçadora que tem pressa, vai pra casa sem comer.
Dude, that was fun. That was the fun outro that I was expecting. Absolutely the fun outro that I was wanting. And I think that makes for one of the best tracks on the album, to be honest. I think I do prefer the more kind of hype tracks from Anitta. The songs on Funk Generation that had that style. The songs on the first Equilibrium that had that style as well, I really appreciated. So one of my favorite kind of styles from Anitta for sure is this. That makes for one of my favorite on the album. But overall, this second version of Equilibrium is very, very good. Trying to kind of think at how it compares to the first one, I actually do think it was better. I I do think this album is a little long at 17 tracks. There are some songs that I think I would cut, just to make this album kind of flow a little bit better and, I don't know, be less of a longer listen. Because I do think some of the styles on here, they are repeated a couple of times that I feel like kind of takes the vibe out of it. And not to say that I didn't enjoy those songs. I just think that, like, for example, Azul into Respira, not my favorite kind of area in the album, kind of this back half of the album. Because I think from tracks 1 to like 12, there's no skips. That is my honest thoughts. There's no skips from tracks 1 to 12. And then I think, you know, I like Divino Sexual, I like Azul, but track 13 and track 16, kind of a bit of the same style that she has been using on her solo tracks earlier on in the album that I don't think are necessarily needed. And that's just my opinion. Again, I still think they're solid, but I think it could have been cut down. But I think the highs are higher in this album. Like, more than the first half of this album is excellent. The collaborations are amazing. The sounds, I think, are more advanced than the first Equilibrium. She, especially on her solo tracks, really branches out with the sound. It does feel like a party. It feels like summer in Brazil. I don't know if she was trying to go for that, but especially earlier on in the album, it really feels like that with the carnival vibes, the horns, the instrumentation is amazing. It's just really hype, really fun. And yeah, that's the only reason I'm saying that is because it feels like the hype kind of die down later on in the album, and I feel like you want it constantly kind of being, I don't know. That's just my thoughts. But going over my favorites on the album, I would say the first 3 tracks are amazing. Maybe my favorite kind of 3-track run that has ever existed on an Anitta album. Nao Sou Santa was also really good. Feitico was good. Ponta Do Pe was good. Abre Caminho, I think I need another listen with that one. Tudo Isso was really good. Maybe her best solo track on the album. Deus Mae, gorgeous. Ogum Me Rodeia, gorgeous. Contemplacao, gorgeous. So a bunch of gorgeous tracks right in the middle there that I think were just so nice. And then I like Divino Sexual, I like Azul, and then the last track is great as well. Okay, so a lot of great tracks, and I think if you cut it down, it can be like very, very strong. But yeah, I think this is a better album than the first Equilibrium in my opinion. And it's not to say that the first one is bad at all. It's just kind of my preference. But yeah, this is hype. This is so fun. Let me know your thoughts. What do you think of this album? What are your favorites from this album? I hope you enjoyed my reaction. Because this was very, very fun. I am glad I did this. And again, it came out of kind of nowhere. I did not realize Anitta was dropping a second Equilibrium. But it turns out this is a very good album. Consistent with the first Equilibrium. And she knows how to put out great albums. I love kind of this exploration into Portuguese music. And diving into Anitta and other artists, I have learned to kind of see more Portuguese artists. I did more of that kind of earlier on in the channel's days, and I'd like to get back into that because I checked out Marina Sena, Pablo Vittar. Again, I love Pablo Vittar. She is incredible. And then some other ones. I think I've checked out Lineker before, which is a feature on the first Equilibrium. So, you know, Portuguese music is amazing, and this is a very good representation of what this album is. Amazing. Thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you guys in the next one. I hope you enjoyed this reaction. Link to the Patreon down in the description. I will see you guys in the next one.